What's up guys, Handish here. Today I wanted to talk about a few Destiny 2 things. It is going to be a bit of a mixed bag, but I wanted to talk about Bungie's hunt for a new community manager. Yes, that's right, they are actually looking for a new community person for Destiny 2. On top of this, Activision's publishing CEO will be stepping down, which is potentially going to have a bit of an influence on Destiny, as this is the side of Activision that deals with the game. On top of this though, we have some confirmation about some of the things coming in the January 30th update. We have some words from Josh Hamrick that give us a bit of an indication as to Bungie's approach to the Sandbox changes coming up, and a few other things, so let's get into it. Firstly though, it's been a pretty rough week for Destiny 2. Of course, people right now are waiting for changes that are coming at the end of this month or next month. Some people are literally hanging on until September, when hopefully we'll see a very big update to Destiny 2. But then, in the meantime, we have events like the recent faction rally that just feel like they're really disconnected in terms of the way that they've been implemented based on what the community is saying. And I just really hope that, the end of January, the update that we get, and what we hear about February's update, I really hope those things are going to be very positive, because things are getting pretty bad for Destiny 2. I'm simply stating the facts. A lot of people are at their wits' end. The trust level between the community and Bungie is at an absolute all-time low. And it almost feels like Bungie is completely oblivious to what is going on at times. I just really hope something changes. An element that could influence that to a degree is that Bungie are looking for a new community manager. So this came up on Bungie.net. It reads, Bungie is looking for a community manager to help our studio improve and develop our approach to our player base and be responsible for delivering on the day-to-day creation and publication of social content. So the responsibilities include working with the community and brand teams to create social content for millions of players on Bungie.net. So yeah, Bungie are looking for a new community manager, and immediately this kind of set off alarm bells for a lot of people. Does that mean that Deej or Cosmo are actually leaving Bungie? Cosmo did reply to a Reddit thread and said, neither of us are leaving. I know there is a lot of salt around here. We are busy trying to help the team improve things, and we don't plan on giving up. So there we have it, at least confirmation. Neither of the current community managers will actually be leaving. And I think that's definitely a good thing as far as, solidarity and image for the game right now. It would have been a bit of a PR nightmare, to see someone like Deej stepping down. You can imagine the community response to something like that. Either way, the fact that Bungie are looking for a new community manager definitely indicates they need more help on that front. They need someone to collect more feedback. They need more management in that area. Now, in the recent This Week at Bungie update, we heard from Josh Hamrick about Sandbox. Now, Sandbox is something that just has not been updated enough in Destiny 2 so far, and especially with the PvP side of the game, things have been allowed to get very stale. But Josh Hamrick did confirm that John Wisniewski is working on the Exotic Balance Pass. They're planning what changes are coming in Season 3. Grant McKay has put together an exciting plan for Mods 2.0, and he spoke about opening up requirements significantly, allowing them to be more potent in ways that'll end up feeling directly in your ability uptime and therefore total power output. Josh Hamrick has confirmed that the Sandbox team are indeed up to a bunch of stuff. And then he said on Twitter, if you followed me for a while, you likely remember me tweeting a lot last year at the end of D1. Hopefully you already know I enjoy talking and sharing details with the Destiny community. If not, I hope you start to see it now, as I intend to get back to that for Destiny 2. And it is absolutely true, back at the end of Destiny 1 during Age of Triumph, Josh Hamrick was very, very active with the community, and they were talking about changes and things that they were doing with the game. So if he's going to be returning to that, I think that's definitely a positive step. It's also worth mentioning Kevin Yanes from Bungie did promise they will talk about Crucible ranks soon on the Bungie blog. But in a reply to Pope Bear, Josh Hamrick basically outlined their overall goal for Sandbox changes, and he said, at the highest level, we want to make you feel more like a god as you're playing the game. I think that will influence all of our decisions, and I believe is what, if you totally condense it down to a single statement, is what I'm hearing from the community as well. And yeah, generally I would say that that is a good assessment of what the community, what people want to feel when they play Destiny. And someone said, can you talk about the strategy, either in parts or as a whole, that Bungie has devised to reach that goal? And Josh Hamrick just put a gif here of a volume knob being turned up. So that is definitely cool. They're going to amp up abilities, amp up power, presumably. Also, people like Triple Wreck responded on the comment and said, faster time to kill, faster movement, original weapon system with generous ammo for specials, bring back the fun factor and skill ceiling that Year 1 Destiny tapped into. And I think for a lot of people, you know, we do want to see those kinds of changes. So regardless of what people are saying right here, the point is that Josh Hamrick is saying he's going to communicate much more. He's given us a bit of a tease as to their approach to Sandbox changes here. But of course, we want the changes to actually happen. We are going to have to wait until Season 3, so that could be March, April. And for Sandbox adjustments in games these days, I really think it's way too long. It's not happening quickly enough. But that's the news anyway. Also, Cosmo did confirm that Prometheus lens will be fixed in the January 30th patch. So someone on Reddit commented, we're going to have to wait till Season 3 for Prometheus to be fixed, and Cosmo said you won't have to wait until Season 3, it will be updated on January 30th. So it sounds like there are other elements potentially being looked at, they may be pretty minor, that will also come in the January 30th update, and I would expect this week at Bungie blog to actually break down a lot of that stuff in more depth. Another thing to touch on February 8th at 1:30 Eastern Time, Activision will have its quarterly report, and anyone can listen into this, but the important thing about this is that they will talk about the franchise, what is kind of happening with Destiny right now. It's possible that we'll see numbers for things like Eververse or sales of the recent DLC, and the investors will ask questions as well, so it'll be interesting to see how Destiny is spoken about given the way that the game is going right now. Pretty much every time I've ever listened to one of these earning calls, Destiny has been on the up and up in major ways, so I'll be very curious to see what they say about the game. If you're interested, it's definitely worth tuning into that. If we get any, details via that, I will keep you posted. And speaking of Activision, Eric Hirschberg, the CEO of Call of Duty and Destiny publisher, which is Activision Publishing, he's the publishing CEO of the company, he's actually leaving in March of this year. Now, that is potentially kind of a big deal because basically he manages the team that manage the relationship with the developers for Call of Duty and Destiny. They do a lot of the marketing stuff, they come up with the agreements and some of the direction for those titles. So it has the potential to, have an influence on some of what may happen to Destiny in the future. Doesn't mean anything's going to change drastically or immediately, but it's definitely interesting. Although Hirschberg, I don't believe he's leaving in a bad state whatsoever. He's just had the two biggest console launches of the year with Call of Duty and Destiny under that one kind of bracket of Activision. So really, he's considered to have been very successful in his time at Activision, but I thought that change was an important thing to note. It'll be interesting to see, who becomes the replacement and if there are any kind of overall direction changes with these franchises. It is worth me saying though, Eric Hirschberg has been working alongside Bungie since, Destiny was conceived pretty much. So he's definitely been an influential person. But anyway guys, that is the stuff that I wanted to talk about and let you guys know about today. I know that Destiny is in a pretty dire state, not only because of how the actual game is, but just, the way that the industry and the internet is starting to respond to the game. Things just seem to get a lot worse. But as far as content here on the channel, I'm going to follow Destiny and we're going to see what happens with the game. We all want a better game. Whether we're going to get it in the end isn't entirely clear at this point, but I'll aim to always get you the lowdown here on the channel regardless. So if you have found the video interesting, a like is very much appreciated, and let me know any of your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're new around here and you do want to keep up to date with the world of Destiny 2 and future updates, then be sure to hit that subscribe button. For now though, I appreciate you watching as always, and I will catch you very soon.